Welcome to Championship Wrestling Series, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 12 of Tombstone TV. And our first matchup of this evening will be for singles action. This is Ozone. He's representing the Cosmic Alliance, and he is hoping to beat his opponent tonight so he can enter into the Eliminator match this weekend at the Eliminator pay-per-view. This is a qualifying match. The winner will be added to that 8-man Eliminator match. Look at the athleticism, the showboat himself, Ozone. Incredibly athletic. He tells us all the time where he comes from. Gravity and weight classes, they just don't matter. He moves like a much lighter man. So this matchup is an eliminator qualifier match. Ozone versus, who's it gonna be? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lord and Xavier with Faith and Grace by his side. This is our first opportunity to see the CWS first ever women's tag team champions, the sisters Faith and Grace Angels. And look at those beautiful women's tag team championships. Lord and Xavier told me earlier today that he can achieve anything with Faith and Grace at his side. And maybe that's true. His first step on the road to the Intercontinental Championship, he's going to have to go through this ozone layer. Ding ding, bell rings. Lock up at the center of the ring. And Lord and Xavier with this big knee taking Ozone down. Ozone fights back and just tosses the Lord across the ring. Sizes him up and a falling headbutt but misses. And a gut punch for Ozone followed up by a standing headbutt. And he picks Lord and Xavier over his head. Ozone just lets him fall. Gravity might not affect you, Ozone, but it affects your competitors. And again, just look at this. Boom. Look at that impact. Ozone with a headbutt to the Lord. Two-hand chokes, lifts him up and just tosses him away. And look at this for a leaping elbow. He must have been 5 or 6 feet in the air. Big headbutt there by Ozone. Lord and Xavier has to get outside for a second. Turns his back on. And he gets his back raked for his troubles. And a clubbing blow to the back. And the back raked again and again. It looks like the Angel sisters are coming over to cause a distraction, but Ozone fights back against the Lord and picks him up. Power bomb onto the apron and just throws him back first into the apron. What a maneuver! What a maneuver! Ozone fights back with these gut punches. Referee's count is up to 6. The Lord is down. Ozone is back in the ring. The count is up to 8. The Lord is getting up to his feet. And the Lord has risen. The Lord slides back into the ring. Ozone is being made give space to the Lord. And the Lord takes Ozone down with a kick to the gut. And Ozone's not having any of it. He kicks out at 1. Ozone slides out of the ring right next to Faith and Grace, the Lord's Angels, and Ozone clotheslines the Lord into the corner and just grabs him by the middle, runs him into that turnbuckle, and then tosses him with a belly to belly over his head. The Ozone is fired up here this evening. Oh, goes for the clothesline and misses. And look at this combination. This is effective work here by the Lord and Xavier. He gets whipped off the ropes. Ozone with a running shoulder tackle, but he didn't take the Lord down. Ozone whips Lord into the corner and a diving splash into the corner. Ozone must have been 6 feet in the air before he connected with that one. His agility is just unmatched. And again, oh, this time he misses that splash in the corner, and the shotgun dropkick by the Lord. Ozone is down. Lord and Savior goes to the second rope. Dives off for the clubbing axe handle across the back and a knee to the face. There's not much you can do to defend yourself against a knee to the face. Lord whips him. And look at this. How did he do that? Arm drag. Took him down. Short arm grapple and a floating DDT to Ozone. The Lord has a pinfall center of the ring. 1, 2, and Ozone kicks out. Ozone was the first ever Intercontinental Champion here at CWS, and he never got a rematch clause for this. Ozone wants to fight his way into the Eliminator and hopefully win that championship back. We saw him lose the title in a multi-man match. He didn't even lose it clean. He wasn't pinned. He wasn't submitted for that title. Look at these squatting suplex. The Lord better pray his way out of this one. Big time suplex. Ozone takes Lord and Xavier down. Faint to grace on the outside. I wonder, can they actually help Ozone? It's a wonder. Ozone's part of the Cosmic Alliance. Big splash there. But he didn't bring down any of his partners this evening. We've seen him tag with Moonbeam. We've seen him with Starshine Kid. We know that Lady Starshine is here tonight as well. And look at Ozone with the big elbow. 1, 2, 3. Ozone did it. Ozone has beaten Lord and Xavier. Even with faith and grace by his side, the Lord has lost. That's going to absolutely devastate Lord and Xavier, but it's a big win here for Ozone. It's a great win for the Cosmic Alliance. We will see 2 more members of the Cosmic Alliance in action later on this evening. The debut of Lady Starshine alongside her son, the Starshine Kid, in a mixed tag match. First ever mixed tag here in Tombstone TV at CWS. But that was a great win for Ozone. He qualifies for the Eliminator. He will be in the IC title match and he'll have a shot back at that championship. Great win for Ozone. Great win for the Cosmic Alliance. That's the end of part 1. Welcome to part 2 of episode 12 Tombstone TV. We have another Eliminator qualifier match now. The winner of this match will go to the Eliminator pay-per-view and will be inserted into that 8-man Intercontinental title match. We have ladies and gentlemen, we have Bobby Locke in singles action. His tag team partner Tommy Load coming out here and be in his corner just in case he's needed to run interference on this thing. He's here for backup. There's no breaking the law around these guys. They're here to enforce the rules, or so they say. I mean, personally, I've seen them break a few rules themselves in the effort to try to dispense justice and get the dubs. With the tag team title tournament brackets had been announced, but these guys weren't involved, so they have put themselves forward for this opportunity at Intercontinental Championship Gold, and the management decided that only one of them could be in the tournament. Amongst themselves, they decided it should be Bobby Locke, who you see now in blue, the first competitor. And who is his opponent gonna be? Bobby Locke is ready. The lights have dimmed. Who will he be facing? Oh my, it is the Grim Reapers. We know it's not Wrench. We know it's not Torque. We know it's not Ratchet Riley Rose. Torque lost his match. Wrench has a match on the show. It's gotta be Gage. Jackson Gage Harris in singles action against Bobby Locke. We haven't seen Jackson Gage Harris in singles action here in a while. He's brought all of the Reapers with him. Known Reapers. He's brought all of the known Reapers with him. to stand in his corner. It's a good thing Tommy Lode is there to help Bobby Locke, but he might not be enough. Look at this. Wrench standing in Gage's corner. He's got the whole world in his hands right now. Who's going to win this match? Is it going to be Bobby Locke? Will he lock this one in? Or will Gage reap the soul of Bobby Locke and enter into the Intercontinental Championship Eliminator match? The bell rings and this one starts up. Bobby Locke picks Gage straight up overhead, carries into the corner and drops him snake eyes across the top turnbuckle. And a kick to the gut. And look at this handstand, knees to the back. He turns to the Reapers and says, "This is your best man? Look at this for a jumping splash." The momentum from those ropes launching him. Bobby Locke with a big headbutt taking Gage down. And he goes for the kick and misses. Gage is struggling to his feet here. Tommy Lode's very happy with how this is going on the outside. And look at this for a leaping pile driver. A sit-out pile driver taking Gage down. Bobby Locke suplexing Gage straight overhead. Gage hasn't got out of the park on this one. And look at this. Leaping splash. Bobby Locke in full control against Jackson Gage Harris right now. And another leaping splash. Gage is down. Bobby Locke to the outside, only to come back in. Not sure what that achieved, only to get whipped into the corner by Gage. And look at the state of those chops across the chest. Jackson Gage Harris just ramming Bobby Locke into the corner and Germans him over the head. Tommy Lode looks a lot more serious now. Gage riling up the Reapers and the fans alike. Bobby Locke, right hand, big boot there, and he winds up and an uppercut punch to the face, taking Gage down. Bobby Locke bounces off the ropes and again, big splash, this time with a cover. Ref pins one, kick out by Gage. Bobby Locke grabs by the hair, lifts Gage up into a suplex and brings him right back down, crashing to the mat on the back. Bobby Locke again with the splash. This time he misses. Gage rolls out of the way. Gage now running shoulder tackle takes Bobby down. There's no stopping that one. Gage gut wrench lift and sit out power bomb. Look at that power. Gage now driving the knee into the mat. Gage is absolutely riling up the Reapers. Grim Reapers on the outside must love to see this. Gage gets to legally lay hands on the law. Maybe he's going to break the law here tonight. Look at that suplex, release, throw. Bobby Locke's in a world of hurt, and Gage running punt to the face. Bobby Locke's had to roll out. And look at this. We don't see it often, but Gage going high risk with this leaping swanton bomb over the top rope, taking Bobby down. Tommy's been told by the ref to stay over his side and to not interfere. And Gage just stomping at the chest and wrenching the arms of Bobby Locke. Gage is in full control right now. Big right hand and a back. Oh my God. An atomic lift to sit out facebuster. Gage whips Bobby into those stairs and Bobby is down. Gage deceptively agile. Oh, it looks like the Reapers were about to hit Bobby, and Bobby somehow, Bobby gets back into the ring. He turns the momentum around. Gage now, referee's count of 8 blocked. Both men back into the ring. Bobby Locke stalling here. Goes to lift Gage up, and what a suplex. I have been told by many guys in the back that Bobby Locke is one of the toughest suplexes in the business. And he's wrenching at the back of the hand and the arm of Gage and measuring Gage now center of the ring. Look at this big spinning sidewalk slam. Gage is rocked. That big suplex followed by the slam has him down. 1, 2, and Gage kicks out. He even throws Bobby off of him. Tommy Lode on the outside does not look all too impressed with this. Shocked at Gage's response. The agility. Look at this. Sit out. Sit out. Spine buster. Power bomb type maneuver here. Bobby now whips Gage off the ropes. Gage springs back and look at that. Lifts him straight over his head. And Bobby's getting distracted. Wrenches up in the ropes. Gives enough of a distraction for Gage to sneak up behind. And he's got Bobby up. And look at this domination. Gage manhandling Bobby with a suplex of his own. Tommy's looking on in horror here. Gage running clothesline, just turned Bobby, lock inside out, center of the ring. Tommy Lode is supposed to be an officer of the law, and here he is breaking this. Look at this, distracting the ref. 1, 2, and 3. Tommy Lode's distraction was not enough. Gage, with the help of the Grim Reapers, gets the win, and Gage will move on to the pay-per-view, where he will enter the Eliminator Intercontinental Championship match. Will he be the first? Look at this for a celebration. Who did they steal those fireworks off of? Gage heads to. Hello and welcome back to Tombstone TV, episode 12. We're in for a treat now. There's something very special that's about to occur. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first ever mixed tag match here at CWS. We have the team of Matt Wrestler and his sister Ariel Wrestler. Brother and sister duo representing the Wrestler family, and they will be taking on the Starshine Kid and his own mother, Lady Starshine, representing the Cosmic Alliance. What's interesting about this matchup is Lady Starshine is the current and first CWS Women's World Heavyweight Champion, and Ariel Wrestler, big time Ariel Wrestler, is the number one contender for that championship. The wrestlers are ready. And look at this. Fitting right in with the Cosmic Alliance. Our first look at Lady Starshine. Very rare to see a mother and son team in any wrestling company. But we do a lot of things differently here at CWS. We do things differently here at Tombstone TV. I am your host, Bullet Von Awesome, BBA, and this is the Cosmic Alliance. Look at the Starshine Kid making his way to the ring with his own mother. This is our first look at Lady Starshine here at CWS. She has not brought the CWS Women's World Championship with her, so I guess the first time we will see that title belt will be at the Eliminator pay-per-view, where she will go one-on-one with big-time Ariel Wrestler. It's going to be so interesting to see how momentum shifts in this match. Who's going to go into that matchup on pay-per-view with the win in the column. Moonbeam Jr. not here tonight, and Starshine Kid's doing his best imitation to pop these fans. Imitation being the sincerest form of flattery. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to us here on YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram, please like the videos, subscribe to support. And here we go, bell rings. A few punches and a DDT from the Starshine Kid right to Matt Wrestler. And very quickly he tags out to Lady Starshine. And as we know, in mixed tag matches, that means women will fight women, men will fight men. And that was a big boot from Ariel Wrestler to Lady Starshine. Clothesline failed, these grapple attempts failing, and Lady Starshine takes Ariel down. Lady Starshine is a heavyweight, which is Strange thing to say about a woman, but she knows what I mean. And look at this for a reversal. Oh, this chin cracker from Lady Starshine misses wildly with a club. Whips Ariel off the ropes, bounce back, and an elbow across the jaw. Choking Ariel wrestler out on the floor here. Oh, and a big right hand takes Ariel down. Lady Starshine showing her dominance here, and a tag out to her son, the Starshine Kid. And Matt is back in. Misses with that big boot, that big wild boot. Matt Wrestler now whips him down, drop down, leapfrog, and a big flapjack, making Starshine Kid land in the foreign corner. And look at these superior wrestling maneuvers here from Matt. Starshine Kid is freakishly athletic, but if you take away his ability to walk and run and jump and leap, you're taking away a lot of offense. As if in response, he kicks and a standing shooting star press. 1, 2, and Matt kicks out at 2. Ariel was just looking on there at her brother, expecting that. And look at that big boot from Matt Wrestler to Starshine Kid, taking him down. And look at this, favoring offense to this arm. Big impact, and then torquing at the arm, looking to tear at the ligaments there and damage the muscle. Another tag, Matt to Ariel, meaning Lady Starshine has to come back in, and Ariel goes for the big kick, and she misses. Whip off the ropes, actually knocked Matt off the apron. I think he recovered, and there's an arm drag. Ariel hasn't really been able to get into this one. Lady Starshine with a big suplex, taking Ariel down. Ariel slow to her feet, rolls out of the way of that clubbing blow, and answers back with a right hand. Now Ariel whips Lady Starshine, and look at this for a backflipping kick, which didn't take Lady Starshine off her feet, but did knock her into the ropes. Look at this athleticism from Ariel, showing us why she's got the name Big Time Ariel Wrestler. And look at this interesting offense. Oh my god. She calls that the People's Backflip. The People's Moonsault. Big Time Ariel Wrestler taking Lady Starshine down, and Matt goes for the boot. Meanwhile, Starshine Kid clips him. And look, this move must be in the family, because it looks like the Starshine Kid hitting this Starshine Moonsault of his own. The People's Starshine Moonsault. Matt Wrestler fights back, and look at this bridge and a 1. I wasn't sure Starshine's Kid's shoulders were fully down there. I'm not sure the referee should have counted that one. And look at this. Wrenching at the ribs, and boom! Big time impact here. Matt takes Starshine Kid down. The crowd seem to be loving this matchup. Matt Wrestler drags Starshine into the corner and bounces his head off the turnbuckle, and it's hard to tell if it's Starshine Kid wearing a mask, but I think I see blood just under the eye here. Starshine Kid, he seems a little out on his feet. Matt now bouncing Starshine front and back off that turnbuckle, just taking the wind out of him. Matt is just absolutely taking the proverbial P word right there, and Starshine Kid fights out of it with a big boot to the face, knocking Matt down. Matt fights back. Look at this suplex again. Matt now tags Ariel. Lady Starshine, after watching her son get decimated there for a moment, is back in. Running clothesline takes Ariel down. Lady Starshine whips Ariel into that corner. Referee out of the way, and Starshine up with the knee to the face and these kicks to the chest, choking Ariel out in that bottom turnbuckle. Lady Starshine is eyeing her up. She's going to the top. What does she have in her? Look at that with the Starshine elbow from the top rope. 1, 2, and Ariel Wrestler kicks out. Lady Starshine is beside herself. She's literally leaving the ring in frustration here. And the crowd chanting tag team wrestling, showing their amusement at this match. Big knee drop across the throat there from Lady Starshine. Whips Ariel into the steps. That sounded like it hurt. Look at Lady Starshine. She's just showboating here, showing off her athleticism and enjoying herself here with the crowd. She's picked Ariel up to her feet, and as she slides back into the ring, only to slide back out. She broke the count. And look at this big head scissors takedown from big-time aerial wrestler. Lady Starshine knocked back. And Ariel again leaping over the top rope, showing off her athleticism. Whip into that corner. Lady Starshine seems to favor that corner, actually. And look at this interesting offense. Look at that turnbuckle assisted crossbody. 1, 2, and aerial wrestler kicks out again, showing why she's earned the name Big Time. Lady Starshine climbed to the top turnbuckle, but she's, after climbing up to the, oh, and she misses with that elbow. Ariel had too much time to scout it. Drops down, kick to the face. Lady Starshine fights back with a few jabs. Big right hand. Ariel kips up as Lady Starshine tags her son back into the match. And look at this, a kick and a big release suplex. And Matt takes Starshine Kid down. That's 1. Lady Starshine has seen enough. She's going to break it up. Referee needs to take her out of the ring. And a knee driven into that arm, that already weakened arm of the Starshine Kid. Matt tags Ariel back in. Lady Starshine seems to be dominating for her team, but Matt seems to be dominating for his. And look at that. Lady Starshine with a big elbow. The referee counts 1, 2, and Matt's not breaking it up. Afraid to break the rules, Matt wouldn't lay his hands on Lady Starshine and has cost the team the win, the wrestler family. They seem to be losing all their matches bar Ariel's singles run. Ariel will be fuming at this, but Lady Starshine getting the pin puts the momentum on her side as she heads in to face the challenger at the Eliminator pay-per-view. Winners of the first ever mixed tag match, Starshine Kid and his mom, Lady Starshine. Welcome back to part 4, episode 12 of Tombstone TV. We have another Intercontinental Championship qualifier right now. Let me introduce to you, with Platinum Kid in his corner, returning the favor from last week, it seems we've got Carlos Reyes in singles action. Carlos, the wily veteran here. CWS. He is a firm fan favorite, putting on great displays even when he doesn't win his matches. Carlos Reyes really is a king of the hearts in the minds of the people. And his opponent, who is it? Oh, it's Eli Valentine returning to action after a bit of a stint away, recouping for some nagging injuries. We've got Eli Valentine making his return here to Tombstone TV. No stranger to big matches, no stranger to TV, no stranger to the Platinum Kid. Eli Valentine looking to take on Carlos Reyes in one-on-one action. Winner of this match qualifies for the Intercontinental Championship Eliminator match on the pay-per-view this coming weekend. Both men will make interesting additions to that matchup. We have many competitors after proving their path. We'll see which one of these men is going to add to the fray. Both men limbering up. Referee calls it, bell rings, and big lock up in the center of the ring. Eli whipping the larger man into the corner. Eli looks leaner than last time I've seen him. Look at these gut kicks. Maybe he's been working on his conditioning. The big man, Carlos Reyes, slow to get off the mark here. Eli grabs the feet and whips the legs. Big flat back bump there. Carlos Reyes hitting the mat. And Eli stomping on the hand. Stomping on the hand of Carlos. And look at the speed of Eli. He just leaps to the top rope with a big diving splash. Valentine's kiss from the top rope. Eli with a big uppercut. And whips Carlos back, and look at this, he goes for a moonsault dropkick and misses it. Carlos now just picks Eli up with ease and big back breaker. Stomp across the face, and Platinum Kid is loving this. Knee driven into the back of Eli's head. Carlos taunting him a little too early, and the uppercut as a response to that tease. Eli knocks Carlos down, and look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that vicious knee and these punches to the face of Carlos Reyes. Eli Valentine has a ruthless streak to him. I'm not sure I've seen this before, and look at that. Not much defending against a boot to the face. And look, Carlos runs at him, goes for the drop, crossbody, misses it. Eli defends that one well, only to be met with another kick. And look at this. Carlos answering Eli back with a viciousness of his own. Double underhook suplex. Carlos lifted him over his head with ease there. And look at this. Big impacts to the smaller man. Carlos, what's he doing here? Carlos with a suicide dive misses. And Eli with the standing moonsault taking the big man, injuring him. Eli all muscle and all of his weight across the chest there of Carlos, taking a big risk, and it did not pay off. And look at this, Eli won't relent. Big right hand. And look at this knee again, taking Carlos down. The referees count up to 5. Eli with these big right hands. And look at that one, he just busts Carlos wide open. Carlos is bleeding from the face here. Back up to his feet, up onto the apron. Referee's count of 7, and he's back in. Eli misses the clothesline. Carlos whips Eli off the ropes. Drop down, leapfrog. And look at that knee to the gut. And he takes him down. This is a 1. And Eli kicks out on 1. He's not going to be disrespected like that. Eli clotheslines Carlos, takes him down. Clothesline again. Catches the leg, spins, takes the leg out from Eli, and all the momentum is with Eli right now. This is truly a David versus Goliath story. The little man taking the big man down, and look at that picture. Perfect drop kick. Eli has stunned the big man, dragging him to the center of the ring, and he takes the leg, and 1, 2, and Carlos kicks out. Platinum Kid, arms folded, looking on at his mentor and thinking, you gotta get out of this one. And he does. He gets out of that. Carlos now with these kicks to the back of the leg and a right hand, met with a right of his own. Eli biting back, uppercut to Carlos Reyes, and a leaping double foot stomp knocks Carlos out. 1, 2, and Carlos somehow, someway kicks out Platinum Kid. Anxious on the outside. These kicks. Eli misses. Gut kick. Whips Carlos. And look at Carlos fights back. Kick of his own. And a punch to the face. This is a very good matchup. Carlos, with his freaky athleticism with this giant monkey flip, launching Eli Valentine about 12 feet in the air. And he goes again with the suicide dive. This time he connects between the second and third rope. Carlos Reyes does not learn from his lessons. He risks, but this time he got the reward. Arm drag takedown from Eli. Eli getting back into the ring. Carlos slides in, Eli slides out. Carlos slides out, and Eli's ready waiting for him. Right hand, Carlos catches it. And look at this gut wrench suplex. just releasing Eli on the back of his head and neck outside on the floor. Those mats are not forgiving, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos kicks Eli, and he's got him up for this power bomb, a falling power bomb. Carlos driving all of his weight into the ground there. Eli smashing the back of his head and neck. And Carlos dives up for the knee, misses. Eli goes for a shotgun dropkick and misses. Both men's agility. No one can get the advantage here. Referee's count of 8. Carlos got to get back in the ring. He's up on the apron and in. Lock up. Whip. Short arm. Elbow to the face. Eli's rocked. Kick out at 1. How the heck did he do that? Carlos now driving the elbow, the point of the elbow into the top of the head of Eli. And here he goes. He's looking for it. The sharpshooter, center of the ring. Carlos Reyes has the sharpshooter locked in. Eli's struggling. Eli's struggling here. There's nowhere for him to go. Carlos has all the strength here. And somehow, Eli fights out of it and he kicks Carlos away. Eli with the right hand. Whips Carlos off the ropes. Drops down. And look at this picture perfect drop kick again. Eli now dragging Carlos back slowly again to the center of the ring. But then rolls him close to the ropes anyway. 1, 2, off the drop kick. Eli Valentine with that Valentine drop kick right to the mush. Rocks Carlos, and Eli Valentine is qualified for the Eliminator pay-per-view. He will be in the Intercontinental Championship match. Very few competitors left to qualify. This thing is shaping up to be a heck of a contest. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Episode 12, Tombstone TV. I am your host, Bullet Fun Awesome, also known as BBA. And ladies and gentlemen, this is another Intercontinental Championship qualifier match. Introducing first, representing the team of the Boys, we've got Dudley Boy. As we've already seen, and we know, Hardy Boy has already got a match on the Eliminator pay-per-view. He is the _1 contender for the Light Heavyweight Championship, and Hardy Boy will be taking on Dr. Dermot Allergy at the Eliminator pay-per-view for that Light Heavyweight Championship. Dudley, who is also in that match against Hardy and took quite the beating from his brother. He finds himself, after putting on that absolutely cracking display, he finds himself entered into this Intercontinental Championship qualifier. Dudley, who's he against? These matches are all a mystery until I see who's coming out. We've got... It's Blacklight. Ladies and gentlemen, Blacklight is an absolutely ferocious competitor here at CWS. Not everyone can win every match. Sometimes you lose, sometimes the odds just aren't in your favor, and Blacklight has been out of favor recently. He has not been on the winningest of form, far from it. But his past, what we know him capable of, has allowed him entry into this tournament. Blacklight, all pump, but he can back it up in the ring, in the squared circle. He is something truly special to behold. I'm not sure we've seen anything close to the best that Blacklight has to offer. So here we go. Referee calls it, bell rings, and straight away Dudley's going for a springboard. Look at that. the Dudley special. He takes it down and drops the knee across the arm of Blacklight. It's almost as if Blacklight didn't see it coming. Dudley mocking Blacklight with the taunt and a double big boot attempt, both men missing. Blacklight takes Dudley down with the forearm shot. Out of the ring, into the ring, Dudley with these rights and lefts, a kick and a DDT taking Blacklight down. Dudley kicking the back of Blacklight and a standing shooting star. One kick out by Blacklight at 1. The Intercontinental Championship qualifier will not be decided so early. Blacklight kicks up to avoid the kicks. And look at these punches to the gut of Dudley and an uppercut takes him down. Blacklight kicking the back of Dudley by. Climbs to the top rope. And double knees across the chest. How do you kick out of this? Driving the wind clear out of the man, and Dudley somehow kicks out. I have a feeling Dudley doesn't want to be outshone again by his brother Hardy. And look at this, another knee across the chest and neck of Dudley by. It's got to take the wind out of your sails. Blacklight now driving the knee into the mat. Dudley catches the punch. Answers back with a punch and a kick of his own, and a clothesline takes Blacklight down. A second clothesline, catches the foot, spins, takes out the back leg of Blacklight, and Dudley by has the momentum on his side, goes for the cover, and 1, 2, Blacklight kicks out. Dudley seems beside himself. I don't know, is that a little theatrics, little mind games? Blacklight misses wildly. Clubbing blow to the back by Dudley. And look at this for a jumping Hurricane Rana taking Blacklight down. And 1, 2, Blacklight kicks out again. Dudley boy. Not sure what he has to do to take Blacklight down. This is some high octane. Oh my god, look at this. Dudley's got Blacklight down. He's got the legs hooked. 1, 2. And somehow he just kicks out. The boys love that back flipping stunner. The special buy. They both use it. Both have won matches with it. And look at this. Blacklight using the turnbuckle assisted diving kick to take Dudley down to the center of the ring. And now a cover. Dudley kicks out at 2. Blacklight's getting angry now. Picks Dudley up and drives that knee into the face, taking Dudley down. Ground and pound action. Blacklight with these lefts, and it looks like he has just bust the face of Dudley. Boys, a crimson mask. Blacklight kicks and punches and chops, and look at how quickly he got into that German suplex, and he had already released it before I got the words out. Blacklight is so quick, so fast, and there's a spear taking Dudley down, center of the ring. 1, 2, and somehow Dudley kicks out. Blacklight turns his back on him, only to meet with an elbow, whip off the turnbuckle, and look at that for an arm drag, taking Blacklight down. Dudley's feeling himself, and oh, Blacklight with a big boot takes Dudley down. Now Blacklight's feeling himself in the ring. Look at this, over the top rope with a swanton over the top, taking Dudley down. Blacklight misses with the knee, giving Dudley enough time to get up, and a Hurricane Rana is his response. The Intercontinental Championship just means so much to these guys. Stomping the arm, and Dudley is firing up the crowd here. I don't think the crowd mind particularly which wins. 3, 4, 5. 5 punches to the face. As I was saying, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dudley punching Blacklight. The crowd cheer for Blacklight. They cheer for Dudley. I think they just cheer for great wrestling. Kick. Whipping chop. Elbow to the face. Referees count up to 7. Dudley on the apron of Blacklight's out on his feet. Dudley breaks the count. Slides back out. He could have just left it. Blacklight whips Dudley into the barricade and now stomping at him. Look at this vicious streak of Blacklight stomping Dudley's head and back into the floor outside. I said it before, those mats are not forgiving, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that driving clothesline. Blacklight in his element here. The ground and pound back to Dudley. Those punches out on the floor as a response. Blacklight picks Dudley up over his head and he's walking him over to the apron. Drops him mouth and nose across the apron, which I'm not sure if you've heard, ladies and gentlemen. That's the hardest part of the ring. Blacklight whips Dudley back in, climbs in after him. Stalking Dudley boy. Blacklight's lifting him up. Oh my gosh. Blackout knee. And Blacklight measures Dudley, misses Wiley with the spear. Dudley saw it coming. Elbows to the face, right, left, right, left. Blacklights lift Dudley up again. And look at that. He dropped him and punched him in the face. There we go again. The blackout knee variant. Blacklight stalking Dudley, pulling himself up off the ropes, and Blacklight gut punch. Gut punch. It's like he's not taking advantage of this momentum. Oh, he just tosses Dudley clean to the outside. What's Blacklight going to do? Blacklight now. Oh, this 2 feet to the face, taking Dudley down. Blacklight whipping Dudley back into the ring. Taking a moment to adjust here. Blacklight's getting his thoughts together and getting a game plan. Dodges Dudley's advance, and look at this interesting offense. Dudley fights back. Big kick to the face. Look at Dudley go. Elbow to the back of Blacklight's head, and a cover. 1, 2. Thank God for that. Blacklight kicks out. I'm fed up with these anticlimactic finishes, guys. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it bothers me. Dudley up to the top rope. He's measuring Blacklight. And look at this. From the top rope to leap to spin 360 and then arm drag the opponent. It's like a dragon screw. And here we go. The special by 1, 2. And somehow Blacklight kicks out of the special by. Dudley's got him measured. And Blacklight just launches Dudley with no regard for anyone's safety, just over the top rope and out to the floor. The Intercontinental Championship brings out the best or the worst in people. I'm not sure which yet. Blacklight, big right hand to Dudley Boy. Dudley Boy benches back with an elbow of his own. And look at this for a jump, spinning, back flipping, neck break, DDT type maneuver. I've never seen Dudley hit that variant of that move before. 1, 2, 3. Dudley Boy with an interesting take on the special by. What a finish to a great match, and Dudley has qualified for the Intercontinental Championship match at the Eliminator. Both buys will be in championship singles match on the show. What an interesting development. Another loss in the column to Blacklight. The buys showing their dominance in singles. What an outstanding matchup here. Welcome back to Tombstone TV. This is episode 12. This is part 6. This is the last qualifier for the Intercontinental Championship match at the Eliminator pay-per-view. Introducing first, hoping to qualify, we've got Xander Vachon. Xander Vachon, this rocker, this heavy metal enthusiast. Look at the size of him stepping over the top rope. Xander Vachon, we've seen in many matches here at CWS, and he is looking to get a few more paychecks, a few more wins, and a shot at this Intercontinental Championship. Who is the last entrant? Who will be facing Xander, competing and vying for the championship opportunity? Who's the last of our 14 men? And it's Kenny Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the whole band is here. He's brought the crew. We're looking at the top hat, pink leather jacket. We've got Kenny Campbell, and he's making their way to the ring with the whole band. Wild Tiger. We've got Mick Richards. We got Richards. We got the Wildcat, Kitty Richards, and Nick Sparks here. The whole band has made their way down to the ring here to show some support for sweet Kenny Campbell. Wild Tiger, maybe if they win they'll give us a song. We got Kenny Campbell, Xander Vachon. One of these men will be at the pay-per-view in the Eliminator match with the Intercontinental Championship, and Xander taking the fight straight to Kenny Campbell. Kenny Campbell fighting right back. Elbow shots to Xander Vachon. And he goes for that running knee and misses Wiley. Xander now, big back. No, atomic drop taking Kenny off his feet. We've got this rock battle right now. We've got 80s hair metal versus 80s power rock. Sweet Kenny Campbell taking the fight to Xander Vachon, bouncing him off the ropes. And look at this for a big... I thought he was going for a spine buster, but he drops Xander Vachon's throat across the ropes. If he caught me off guard, I'm sure he caught Xander too. Jumping knee, Kenny Campbell hits the ropes only to go for the pin. And a kick out at 2 from Xander Vachon. I'd say Wild Tiger loved that. Oh, stalling knee across the back of the head from sweet Kenny Campbell to Xander Vachon. And now look at him measuring the elbow and stomping on the hand of Xander Vachon. Good luck playing air guitar with that, buddy. And again, Kenny Campbell just stomping on the fingers and hand of Xander Vachon. Xander Vachon just kicks Kenny straight in the mush. Knock his teeth out, Xander. He'll have a hard time singing then. Club and blow to the back. Xander got Kenny up in this bear hug. Squeezing at the chest, but Kenny Campbell fighting out. Look at that. Swinging neckbreaker takes Xander Vachon down. Good luck moshing now, buddy. Xander's out there getting intimidated by the band, and Kenny Campbell dives. Suicide dive through the second and third rope. The Wild Tiger flies. I've never thought I'd see that. Stalling knee again across the back of the head to Xander Vachon. Xander kicks Kenny in the gut, goes for that jumping tackle, and Kenny ducks it with an elbow shot, taking Xander out of the air and just whips him past the band. Kenny's back into the ring at the count of 5. A Wild Tiger outside, taunting Xander, who makes his way back into the ring. Kenny lock up, whips Xander off the ropes. And look at that for a collision. Both men went for shoulder tackles and neither one was successful. Xander now clothesline, picks Kenny up and just drops him flat and dives. Look at that for a smash to the back of sweet Kenny Campbell. We've got a 1, 2, and Kenny Campbell kicks out. I think Xander smells a bit of blood in the water here. Xander now running clothesline takes Kenny off his feet. Stomp to the hand. Kenny with this diving smash to the back of sweet Kenny Campbell again goes for the... Look at this interesting pin. Xander Vachon making an absolute mockery of sweet Kenny Campbell and all of Wild Tiger with that pinfall. The diving splash to the back, and he just rolls through and kneels on the chest, showing his metal dominance over this hair rocker. Xander Vachon making short work of sweet Kenny Campbell. Wild Tiger are not happy. They're fighting with the crowd, and Kenny is very upset. Xander Vachon qualifies for the Intercontinental Championship match at the Eliminator. What a development. This is your main event of the evening. This is episode 12 of Tombstone TV. We are on to the last match of the night, and it is tag team action. First ever women's tag team match here at CWS, we've got the team of the Dancer Sisters. On your left, we've got Jazz, Min, Jazz, Dancer, and her sister, Private Dancer. This entrance sums up the team. We've got all fun in Jazz Dancer, and look how serious her sister, Private Dancer, is. This is going to be an interesting matchup, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this matchup goes on to take on Faith and Grace, Angels, the Lord's Angels, the Angel Sisters, at the Eliminator pay-per-view this weekend. We've got Private Dancer and her sister Jazz Dancer in tag team action. Number 1 contenders tag team match. Who will be the first number 1 contenders for the CWS World's Women's Tag Team Championships? They're warming up, they're getting ready, and this is our first look at the tag team of the first responders. We've got Nurse Deceased here right up front, a colleague of our light heavyweight champion at CWS, Dr. Dermatology, and behind her we've got Fire Person Sam. It's 2023, folks. Gotta be woke. She's looking to out the flames and the spark that the dancers might have before they catch a light and burn through CWS. And Nurse Deceased is trying to flatline any momentum that the dancers might get. Let's see how the first responders face off against the Dancer Sisters. This is a very, very interesting matchup, because if any of you have been following the independent scene, you'll know that sometimes Private Dancer here is a member of a larger group known as the First Responders. They have a few other members all along the... Oh my gosh, look at this. Fireperson Sam just drops Private Dancer on the back of her head and tags right out to Nurse Deceased. The nurse is in and is clotheslined right down by Private Dancer. And look at this, Private Dancer showing her power, just dropping Nurse Deceased on her back and banging the head off the mat. And goes for a quick cover at 1, and Nurse Deceased kicks out and throws Private Dancer off. As I was saying, it looks like Nurse Deceased and Fireperson Sam are going to continue on with the moniker of the First Responders, at least while Private Dancer will team up with her sister Jazz Dancer. Who knows what the future will hold. But Private Dancer whipping Nurse Deceased to the outside, misses with the big right, hits her with the left, climbs out to the outside and picks her up and drops her back first across the apron. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you've ever heard this before, but the apron is actually the hardest part of the ring. Private Dancer drops the elbow into the back of Nurse Deceased's head, kick to the gut. Referees count up to 2, and Private Dancer driving the elbow down, almost as if in slow motion for full effect, onto the back of the head of Deceased. Deceased thrown, her legs gave out, she didn't even make it to the barricade. Maybe she saved herself. Private Dancer now taunting the crowd, and the crowd taunting right back. Nurse Deceased blocks the right hand and answers back with rights of her own. Both women tentatively making their way back into the ring. Nurse Deceased with the right, the left, the kick to the gut, and double accent across the back, and the clothesline taking Private Dancer down. Private Dancer now targeting the knee, that left knee. Sorry, Deceased targeting the left knee of Private Dancer, and D now tags in Fireperson Sam. Fireperson Sam whips Private Dancer into that turnbuckle and clotheslines her down. We got a 1, and Jazz is in to break up the count. She's not going out like that. Sam now kicking Private Dancer into the back of the head. Misses this time. Dancer fights back with a right to the gut and a right to the back of the head. Looks like Private Dancer's going for a snap suplex with Sam. Oh, Sam goes for a clothesline, but is somehow met with Private Dancer's shoulder first and takes her down. Private Dancer with the tag to her sister Jazz. Let's see what if these two can tango. Jazz Dancer dives up, hits that clothesline, and takes Fireperson Sam down. driving her shoulders into the midsection of Fireperson Sam, catches the legs, and look at this. The disrespect. And Jazz launching with a monkey flip type. Launching Fireperson Sam into the air and goes for the cover. And a kick out at 2. I don't think Jazz really thought she had the win there. It was more about keeping Fireperson Sam down and in the dancer's corner. Private now whips Sam off that rope, drops down, and meets her with a clothesline, and she just turned her inside out. Maybe Nurse Deceased is going to have to resuscitate Fireperson Sam, who kicks out at 2. Private Dancer stalking Sam and rakes the eyes. And now picks Sam up and drives her down into the mat. Private Dancer's doing all the damage right now. Look at that punch to the gut. Lock up kick. DDT right in front of Jazz Dancer. Private in now, tags her sister. Fireperson Sam's making her way to her own corners. Is she going to get a tag of her own? She does. Jazz took too long dancing in the middle of the ring, and Deceased gets in to be met with a spinning hurricane. Rana launching Deceased halfway across the ring. D goes for a clothesline and is blocked. Whip off the ropes. Referee almost got in the way. Flapjack. Jazz takes D down and 1. Kick out at 1. D is not having her momentum killed just like that. Jazz now driving the knee into the mush of Deceased. Jazz to the top rope. And D misses the punch. Jazz misses the senton. And a big right hand and a whooping chop. And look at this. Jazz taking D down. D might need a little help from her colleague Dr. Dermot Allergy after all this is said and done. Jazz back into the ring. D ducks, kicks the back legs of Jazz. See if Jazz can dance her way away from this. D whips Jazz into the referee. In the confusion, Jazz couldn't defend herself, and look at that. Driving the knee into the back of Jazz Dancer. D now approaches Private Dancer and punches her right in the mush. And Jazz lifts D up and slams her down into the corner. Jazz out on the apron looking to finish this thing. Climbs to the top rope with ease. And allows D to tag in Sam. Jazz gets whipped into the corner. Big right hand from Fireperson Sam to Jazz Dancer. And a chop into the chest. And it goes for the cover. 1. And a kick out at 1 by Jazz Dancer. The Dancer sisters have a lot of heart, but it seems like so do the first responders. We got a discus punch. Fireperson Sam taking Jazz down. And a quick tag back to Nurse Deceased. D now. Gets caught. Whipped into that far turnbuckle again. Jazz bends the arm around the ropes and she is just wrenching at it. Not sure she got all of that one. And Jazz goes again. I think she's almost Chinese burning the arm across that rope. Bounces the head square off the top turnbuckle. Jazz again, this time, goes to the second rope and gives a DDT, knocking Deceased down. We've got 1. Fireperson Sammy to break up the pin right in front of the referee. Get her out of there. Jazz now has D right where she wants her, on the dancer's side of the ring. These whipping chops and catches her by the hair, drives D face first into the mat. D with a running shoulder tackle. Didn't do it, didn't change the momentum. Jazz just launches D straight out of the ring and goes outside to meet her. D, play possum, kicks Jazz into the face. D now holding Jazz's wrist and has it twisted, and these kicks across the chest and a short clothesline taking Jazz down. D looking to kill the momentum right here. Sends Jazz back into the ring. Might be having a little word here with her tag team partner, Fireperson Sam, a little regroup. Jazz tries to attack Sam. Sam gets the knees up, allowing Dee into the ring. A couple of punches and a knee to the gut and an axe handle across the back. She might have borrowed that axe handle from Fire Person Sam. Ha ha. Nurse DC grabs Jazz's face and drives it into the mat. Jazz is all over the place right now. Technical difficulties. DC sets Jazz up. And look at this for a power slam, taking Jazz down. One Private Dancer in the ring to break it up right in front of the referee. Jazz kicks up and is met with the right hand. DC now has a sleeper. She's choking or taking the wind out of Nurse DC's. Private Dancer into punches Nurse in the back, giving Jazz the opportunity to meet Nurse DC's with the right hand, whips her off the rope. Again, the shoulder tackle not taking Jazz down, but Jazz's shoulder tackle does take Dee down. Jazz tags in a Private Dancer, and Nurse DC's picks up Private Dancer and gets that slam. 1, 2, and Private Dancer manages to kick out somehow, some way. DC's now dragging Jazz into the ring. She's going to take on both Dancer sisters. Drives the elbow to the back of Private's head. Nurse DC's now up to the top rope. Just teasing the crowd. She gets right back down safely. Private somehow sneaks up on Dee. I think Dee was watching Jazz out in her feet. Right into Private's. Nurse DC's has the momentum with her right now. She's got that arm bent over the rope and is pulling back, much like what happened to her previously. Elbow driven into the face. Private's down. Private's down. Someone's got to get out here and save Private Dancer. Dee now tags in Sam. Fresh woman back into the ring. And look at this shoulder tackle. Taking Fire Person Sam down. And look at this for a back body drop. Fire Person Sam gets the cover. 1, 2. And a kick out by Private Dancer at 2. Fire Person Sam dragging Dee into the corner, bounces her head off the turnbuckle, quick tag, Dee is in, Dee is legal, whips Private off the ropes, and look at this with a high-low. A high clothesline, low clothesline combination, and Private Dancer gets a tag onto her sister. Jazz is in, takes a right hand, receives a chop, and a neck clubbing blow. Dee catches everyone off guard with that one, measuring the elbow, driving it across the temple of Jazz. Goes to the corner, her sister is not there, she is stunned outside. Dee has Jazz on the apron, drags her back into the ring, looking to end this, I'd say. Pulling at the hair, the eyes, and the nose, wrenching. There'll be no fingerprints because she's wearing surgical gloves, leaving no marks. Fire Person Sam gets the tag. Private Dancer is still down on the outside. Sam is taunting, beating her chest. She picks Jazz up, goes for the right hand, but Jazz catches it and meets with some rights of her own. Jazz now suplex to Sam. Even the referee looks shocked by that one. Jazz kicks Sam, and look at this. Oh my God, she's got this. Look at that twisting, dance, spinning, waltzing, neckbreaker type maneuver. I'll have to ask her what she calls that. Private Dancer bounces the head of Sam off that mat and picks her up. Dead lift and running power slam center of the ring. Private Dancer has had enough. She's got Sam. And Sam flips out of it. I think the Private Dancer was about to hit the jackknife that Major Attraction does, that major power bomb. But Fire Person Sam had it well scouted, gets out of it, picks Private Dancer over the head and just lets her free fall. Gravity did the work. tossing Private Dancer around the ring. Fireperson Sam with the cover one, and Jazz like out of nowhere. And a big right hand. Sam now hits the ropes, and look at this. For a splash to Private Dancer, we got one, we got two, and Jazz back in, breaking up the count at two. Saving her sister, and Private Dancer out of the ring. Jazz knocked out of the ring. Sam looking to fly here, maybe. Summoning Private up to her feet, and there we go. The axe handle. No, Private Dancer ducked it. Got a gut punch to Fireperson Sam. Picks Sam up herself. Sweet, sweet revenge. A fall away slam to Fireperson Sam. Private Dancer back into the ring now, taking the fight to Deceased. Lifting her by the hair over the ropes, and look at this. Answers back with a club to the back of the head and lets gravity do its thing. Poetic justice here. Fireperson Sam whipping Private Dancer off the ropes. And look again, just launching Private Dancer into the sky. Jazz in to break up the count. Deceased may be dead in the corner. She is out of this one. Sam taking the fight to both Dancer sisters. Look at the distraction here. Dropping Jazz. And while Private Dancer was facing Deceased, Fireperson Sam snuck up behind Dancer and slapped her into the back of the head. We've got Jazz down in one corner. Dancer's out on her feet out here. And look at this. She played possum, got out of the way of the diving shoulder tackle. And twisting neck breaker from Private Dancer to Fireperson Sam on the outside. Bouncing the head off the apron, and I don't know if you've heard this before, folks, but the apron is the hardest part of the ring. And look at this, lifting Sam into the air and dropping her across the barricade. Those paying customers got their money's worth right there. The action is up close and personal. Pump handle, Sam out the floor. Sam might be out of this one. Private Dancer punching the face of Sam. 5 punches, referees count up to 4. And a 5th. Look at this. Again, the sidewalk slam, taking Sam down. Using her own move against her, she calls that the sidewalk Sam. Private Dancer. Momentum's on her side. She's just waltzing through this right now. And look, might be taking it too easily. Sam with the elbows taking the wind out of Dancer. And spine buster. Fireperson Sam with the spine buster in the corner. And the big bear hug. Jazz now running over to break this up and punches Sam in the face. The referee's being very lenient here, but the women's tag titles opportunity is on the line. Sam bounces the head of Private Dancer off the top turnbuckle here. Makes the tag to her partner and first responder, Deceased. And here we go with this big back body drop. Private Dancer has been through the ringer. Deceased up the top rope. And again teasing the crowd. She's not diving out to the outside. Big right hand to Jazz. Big right hand to Jazz again. And dragging Jazz into the ring. Deceased saying, if I can't have you, Private, I'll take your sister on. Big club to that back. And Private Dancer meets that with a club of her own. Nurse Deceased looks like she's out on her feet. Jazz now has Nurse up. And there we go. The major power bomb. And Fireperson Sam in to break it up. She has it well scouted. They know each other so well. They've known each other their whole careers. And look at that with the private clothesline. 1. And that might have been the best opportunity for Private Dancer yet. But Sam was too able. Look at that. Driving the elbow. And again into the neck of Deceased. These heart-stopping elbows. Private's hit her biggest and boldest moves. She even borrowed major attractions, major powerbomb, and look at this elbow again across the sternum of Deceased. Nurse Deceased is definitely going to need a doctor after this one. And look at this with the one-arm spine buster. And now she's got this ankle being wrenched and torqued, and I don't mean the Grim Reapers, just hurting and hurting the leg of Deceased. Sam now gets in, gets back out, and Private Dancer going to the top. We haven't seen much of this. And leaping off with the... She just danced through the sky. She's got that dancer's elbow. And that's it. That's the 3. Nurse Deceased has flatlined in the center of the ring. And the dancer's elbow does it. Private Dancer and her sister Jasmine, Jazz Dancer, the Dancer sisters will go on to face the Angel Sisters, the Lord's Angels, for the CWS Women's Tag Team titles at the Eliminator pay-per-view this weekend. You're looking at your first ever Women's Tag Team #1 contenders, the Dancer Sisters. Thank you for joining us here for Tombstone TV. That's been another episode, episode 12. See us this weekend for the Eliminator pay-per-view. We now will have a stacked card. It's going to be a great show. Hope you can join us. Like, subscribe, follow us here at the channel. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Follow us for more Championship Wrestling Series, where wrestling is all fun and games.